Hello legends, heroes, and poopy heads. Welcome to the Omni Flash channel, where Omni Flash will take gaming to the next level.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Omni Flash, and I am your guide to Perfect World Mobile. A ton of people are having trouble with the new Ethereal Abode Mirage dungeon, but you don't have to. Today I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do in order to beat Ethereal Abode, even if you have assassins on your team. It is a little bit of a challenge if you have assassins on your team who are actually archers or wizards, or if they're blade masters at heart, they might not know the types of dangers that happens when you become an assassin. Now, if you've been a demon barbarian, you might be actually quite aware of these types of problems, because you have to actually be on top of the bosses. And in many times, those bosses, they can actually hit you when what I believe is an AoE melee attack. I'm not exactly sure what it is about the new Ether Fairy, the first boss for the Ethereal Abode, but she actually hurts the crap out of assassins. So the biggest problem with this new Ethereal Abode are assassins who think that they are so OP, so strong, because they are quite strong in PvP, and ignore the fact that they are squishy. They are so freaking squishy, especially to a boss. So for the first boss, what you have to do is you have to explain to the assassin, explain to your assassins for the first boss, that you aren't going to be able to just sit right next to the Ether Fairy and just auto attack. It's not going to work, because I believe this is what I feel. I feel that the Ether Fairy actually has just its normal attack or something emitting from its body. Once you get to the attack range of an assassin, you every, like, I don't know, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, you're going to take some serious damage. So I would suggest that if you're an assassin and you're doing Ethereal Abode, you're taking out the Ether Fairy, the first boss, to not auto attack that boss. What you want to do, go in, throw 2 or 3 attacks, get out, because you're going to be about half health, and you're going to need to get some heals. And also for this first boss, keep an eye. You might want to be in voice chat. Keep an eye on who has Corona, who has Singe. Somebody should be explaining who has Singe. If you have Singe, that person needs a chi burst. They need to they need a chi burst. They need to get some HP. They need some tranquilizers if there is no chi on that level of Mirage. Also, you want to do level 21 or higher. If you can't get to level 21 or higher, eventually you'll be able to start getting artifacts. That's one of the really cool things about the new Mirages. If you're doing floor 21 and higher, you have at least 20% chance to get the new artifacts. You want to collect 1 of each artifact in order to increase your BR. It's sort of like collecting 1 of each sacred book to increase your BR. It's not... You don't actually have to level up every sacred book, like I don't suggest that you do, but collecting 1 of each and leveling up the sprites just a little bit is a good thing. Alright, so as an assassin, you can't attack the main boss very well. And even so, I'm still doing pretty good on damage. So as an assassin, what you would want to do is to take out these lotuses. That's your job, because you suck at killing the main boss. You can't, because if you get too close, you start dying. And if you stay there for any, like, 2 more seconds, you'll be dead, and you'll be useless to the team. So instead of just being useless to the team, what you want to do is to take care of these nature lotuses, because if you can kill these nature lotuses, your team will be able to keep on doing damage to the Ether Fairy. Alright, so when you're taking out the lotuses, when the lotuses show up, your whole team wants to attack the same lotus, okay? You don't want to spread out and everyone take a different lotus, because if you do that, your healer cannot heal you. You need to all focus on one lotus, and your healer will be in range to heal everybody. Also, if anyone gets a corona effect, it is you're going to need to have some social distancing. If you get the corona effect, if you're too close to someone else, they will start to die. Alright, so I have Scorch, so when someone has the Scorch, they're going to need some HP. But if you want to if you have corona, don't get too close to other people. But just stay in range so that your healer can heal you. Alright, so I'll go in and I'll attack, but I'll watch my HP. Look, my HP is almost down to... Alright, so you see why Darlin died? She's a wizard, and during that last second, I think it switches to nature lotuses, where these lotuses show up. It is possible that she just drops a rock at that second and when those lotuses show up. When these lotuses show up, either fairy reflects damage at you, and you will kill yourself unless you take out these nature lotuses first. So be sure, as a team, take out these nature lotuses, do the same lotus so that your healer can heal you. Also, these phoenixes, when these phoenixes show up, you have 15 seconds before they blow up. They do massive damage, and the damage they do will kill even the barbarian. Alright, so most attacks don't affect the tank barbarian, but these these phoenixes, when they blow up, they hurt you. They hurt you. So if you are a barbarian, if you're a tank, you cannot tank those phoenixes. I mean, maybe you can tank one, but it's very difficult. So someone, you should be in voice chat for this Mirage. Someone, when you first see the phoenixes, start counting down. That's what I do. 15, 14, 12, 10, 9, 5, 4. When it gets to 4, just start running, because you don't know if you are exactly right. It might blow up in the anytime in the next 4 seconds. Alright, so we got past the first boss, and that was the hard part. This second boss is actually pretty easy. All you have to do is follow a simple trick. Just pull the boss to the red ball. That's all you gotta do, and then stay in the red ball. It's actually very easy. If you have mana problems, if you don't like staying in a red ball, go ahead and bring some of your best mana pills, because if you aren't going to get in a red ball, you're going to lose mana. And if you don't have mana, you're not going to be able to do much damage. You're not going to be able to heal. But if you do what we do right here and just go in a red ball, you're going to have plenty of mana, and this last boss isn't going to be a problem. Now let's just clean up these mobs, and here we go. Alright, so if you follow these steps, I am doing some decent damage even as an assassin. Alright, so there is this balance. The demon assassin is extremely good at PvP. However, demon assassin is still kind of crappy, still very bad at PvE. You just don't deal that much damage in PvE. But the sage assassin can keep up. But you have to learn you have to learn how to PvE, okay? So you can't just AFK. If you are an assassin, you are going to be super strong in PvP, but you are going to have to pay attention, because you are squishy, and if you don't pay attention, you're going to die. Okay, so in PvE situations, your team is going to kind of carry you, especially if you're not a smart assassin. So try to educate your assassins if they're in your team, or they might help you fail this new ethereal dungeon. This Ethereal dungeon is super fun. It's one of my favorite dungeons. It is an aerial dungeon. I've never seen a dungeon like it in any other game. This is incredible. All right, so what we do, we bring the boss to this red orb, this guide light, right next to this building. And as long as you go into the guide light, it removes the stacks of mana drain. All right, if those little boomerang things hit you, you get a lot of stacks. So if you get hit by one of those boomerangs, you take damage and you get a lot of stacks. Do go back to the red guide light if you want to remove those stacks. And if you are able to take out, all right, when he does is like Twilight Romero attack, you can chi burst to block some damage. You can stack together to block some damage. But if you are able to clear that Ethereal Fairy, you shouldn't be having any trouble. You shouldn't be having any trouble with this last boss as long as you stack up where I'm at, okay? Come over to this red ball and you will have mana. If your healer has problems doing damage, keeping up with her mana, what you can do is tell your healer to get in this red ball. If you get in this red ball, you'll be doing much better. Our tank is doing pretty well. I think he might be having mana problems. Our tank should actually go back in the red ball more often to clear stats. All right, well, we won. Congratulations. Now, this dungeon isn't hard. However, it is very hard if your team does not remember the mechanics for Ethereal Abode. And also, if your team have assassins which don't know how much damage that Ether Fairy is going to do to them, so this video is going to be very helpful for you. I know so many people who are having trouble with this dungeon. I'm so glad that I'm going to be able to help them clear this dungeon. You're going to be able to get some new artifacts. It's going to be really fun. Once you get your war drum or your scenery scroll, all of that's going to be super awesome. If you don't get it this week, don't worry, you can get it next week. I've even had some friends who were contemplating quitting because they were trying to do floor that was too high for them. Don't worry, just do floor 21. You are able to get these artifacts from floor 21. Don't have to go any higher. Do floor 21. That's all you got to do. If you can do higher, that's great. If not, don't kill yourself. Just go ahead and do floor 21, and it's going to be easy. You'll get your artifacts, get your essence scales, get your skill books, get all that great stuff in this awesome Mirage. But if you like this video, do like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and comment below to be entered to win a $25 iTunes or Google Play gift card June 30th, 2020. The next video coming up will be all about artifacts. Everything you need to know about artifacts, so you need to subscribe and hit that bell now. Thank you.